Hey everyone, are you ready for cheesy creamy risotto with beets, walnut and brie? I do. Join me because it's going to start now. Hey everyone, today we're going to make risotto with Beet Brie Cheese, creamy and tasty, also with walnut on top, so make it a little bit crunchy as well. And I was inspired to make this dish when I was traveling Italy and France, back before everything started. So now let's jump right straight away into it, and we're going to start with roasting the beet in the oven with olive oil, coriander, thyme and olive oil, so it's going to be tasty and juicy. Then we're going to pour on our green oil parsley. For that we have already salted hot water already on the heat, so let's start. Now after putting the beets into the oven for roasting, we have our hot water already here on the heat boiling and it's salted already, and we have already a bowl with ice cold water prepared. So we're going to put the parsley inside and blanch it for 30 to 35 seconds. So now let's take the parsley out of the water, again to straight away to cold water. Now when we have our cold parsley already chilled, we will take it, squeeze it from the excess water, chop it really rough 1 or 2 times just so it will fit. I'm going to use 1 garlic that I'm going to crush, add it as well, and we're going to add our olive oil, and we're going to blitz it with the brown mixer, a hand blend mixer that comes usually with different type of sets. This is the chopper that it comes with. You have a whisker, you have a hand blender for making soup puree and all of this stuff, and this is a really good one. So if you're looking for buying something for home for a long time and powerful, this is the one, and you can find the link in the description below on this video, so make sure to check that out if you're looking to buy something. For now we're going to close it, attach it and blitz it. Beautiful. Usually it takes like 2-3 minutes of blitzing it. Now let's take a spoon, clean a little bit the lid, and we have a small bowl with a strainer. Pour it on top, push a little bit the oil through the strainer. Make sure that when you strain it you have a really nice and fine strainer, otherwise you're going to have parsley. Now we're going to chop a little bit the white onion that we have, quick. After washing the cutting board, we're going to prepare also the cheese. And this is a really nice brie. So we'll make a couple of cubes to put on top, and the rest of it tear and put it into the risotto, and we'll put in also the parm. Let's cut from the middle. We're going to have very nice cubes to put on top. This one we're going to cut into rough cubes because we're going to use them inside the risotto. Now we have our beetroot already peeled and chilled, so we're going to cut it, and you can see the nice red color inside, and you see the juices as well, and it's not like you're boiling it in cold water. So we're going to cut it into veggies, and then we're going to roast it a little bit more to give it intense color. Play with it. You can cut it into cubes, you can cut it into veggies. Now we have a pot on the heat for the rice, for cooking the rice. This vegetable stock, it's already warm. We have tray with foil for the beets, so I'm going to put them on top of the tray, and we're going to roast them for just 5 minutes on high heat, like on 230 Celsius. So for that I'm going to drizzle on them a little bit olive oil, and for a taste a little bit salt. For now I'm going to put it on top of the fridge. When the risotto is almost done, yeah, before plating, I'm going to put it in the oven for exactly the 5 minutes and then put it on top. Most of the times, you know, they're making from the beets puree and put it inside the risotto. And in my opinion, it's not the nice red color of the beets. In this way, you give the beets the stand out because the risotto is going to be white and nice and creamy. And the beets are going to be red and roasted on top. And it's going to be amazing. So, we're going to start in the pot with olive oil. And when the oil is hot, we're going to add the onion. Give it a stir. I'm doing everything on 7 out of 9 electric stove power. After our onions are caramelized, we're going to add the rice and roast it a little bit as well. In this moment, we can add salt. And when the rice, you touch a little bit the rice and the rice is warm, we're going to add the wine. And from the stock, like about 2 scoops, so the rice is not going to actually swim in it, just in a certain way poached. And we're going to cook it without the lid. And a little bit small secret ingredient to make the risotto whiter than usual. I'm going to add now vinegar a little bit. In this process, by adding a little bit vinegar, you're making the rice look a little bit whiter. Also, when you're blanching white vegetables, you put in a little bit of vinegar in the water, so it's going to make the color much whiter. So, in this moment, when all the stock is reduced, I'm going to add another 2 scoops of vegetables and keep cooking it. And we're going to cook the rice for about 10 to 15 minutes, depend on the rice, depend on the degree of al dente that you want it. I'm going to cook it probably 12, a little bit, maybe 1 minute here, 1 minute there, we will see. Now when we need to add our last batch of vegetable stock, we're not going to add 2 scoops, we're going to add only 1. And the second one going to be the cream that we need to add. So now we're going to add the cream and stock. So now we're going to put our beets into the oven on top grill just to give them the color and warm them up. And now when our risotto is almost cooked, we're going to take our risotto from the heat and add the butter and start incorporating the butter into the risotto. And when the butter is half already melted, we're going to add the chunks of the brie, whisk it inside, so it's going to start to melt. You really want to whisk it and you're going to see that the brie is melting and you have the nice cheese strings. We're going to put our risotto here and we're going to check on our beets. Beautiful color. You see how red and intense they are? So, we're going to put them here and start moving to the other table to start plating it. Now we have everything that we need for plating. For the risotto, I'm going to take 2 spoons and it's very creamy and very nice. Put it in the middle. Now, a little bit brie cubes around and push it inside so it's going to melt. We'll put our beets like this. Take the walnut, break them, the greens and our green oil on the outside. And this how you make beautiful, creamy, cheesy, crunchy risotto with walnuts, brie and beets. So, if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Give to the risotto a thumbs up because it looks amazing. And don't forget to subscribe because more of those recipes are coming up every week. Thank you very much. I'm Andre and this is ThinkOFood.